Sweet tooth knocking. Today let's go ahead and make a carrot cake for one. I'm going to be doing this in the oven, but for those that don't have an oven but do have access to electricity, I'm also going to show you how to do it in an Instant Pot. I constantly have a bag of carrots laying around, so I'm going to start with a quarter cup of carrots, which tends to be about 5 of these little guys. I'm using a cheese grater to grate mine up. Grate yours with what you have. Now for our dry ingredients, we have a quarter cup of flour, a quarter teaspoon of baking powder, a half teaspoon of cinnamon, about an eighth of a teaspoon of nutmeg. I like my kind of cakes to have a lot of warmth. About an eighth of a teaspoon of ginger. This is about an eighth of a teaspoon of salt. With a fork, go ahead and get those mixed together. We're gonna melt 2 tablespoons of butter. To this, we're gonna add 1 large egg yolk. To make separating the white from the yolk easier, I suggest letting your egg get to room temperature. The white can easily be made into a quick little omelet or something. A quarter teaspoon of vanilla, and then a quarter cup of sugar. You could use an electric mixer on this, but there's really no point because it's such a small batch. Whisk it up with your fork. Just good circular motions. Rubbing it all nice and smooth. Slowly add in our dry. Moving the wet around the bowl to get everything off the edges. All nice and smooth. To this, we're adding 1 tablespoon of milk. And then scoop up our carrots. Just to show you, those 5 carrots are in fact a quarter cup. You could do a 6th one, pack them in there real well. Now that the carrots are in there, this is a good time if you want to throw in about a tablespoon of pecans or walnuts, maybe some chocolate chips. Because our ramekin only held our dry ingredients, we're gonna go ahead and wipe it out real quick so we can go ahead and bake in it. Of course, you can mix this up in 2 bowls. The less dishes, the better, I say. Prep our ramekin. I'm not a big fan of cooking sprays. I don't trust them to release food, so I always do Crisco with a layer of flour. Get that all nice and greased up. Throw the tiniest sprinkle of flour and get that just going all around the edges and the bottom. Now that if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll see that I'm all about spatulas and no ingredient going wasted. Because every little drop is money. Besides, who wants to let cake batter go to waste, right? Perfectly used up batter. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna wash my bowl. I put together a second batch for the Instant Pot. I'll be right back. And there we have it. 1 for the oven and 1 for the Instant Pot. Now the one for the Instant Pot, and make a strong double layer of foil to put over that nice and tight so that no water can get in. Inside we have our trivet. Because of the size of my pot, I added 2 cups of water to make for about 1 inch of water. I'm gonna go ahead and put that right in the middle, lock it down, and we're gonna set it to cook, custom, high, and 35 minutes with no keep warm. Pop this in our 350 oven, 20 to 25 minutes. And now we test. Perfectly clean. Clean. Make sure our edges are all nice and loose on this one. And now we carefully drop our second one. Put a spatula on top, tilt, drop it out, and there you go. Oven and Instant Pot. Now just let those cool. 1 tablespoon of softened butter, 1 ounce of softened cream cheese. Go ahead and get the cream cheese and the butter mixed together. Again, you can use a mixer for this, but it's such a small amount I find no point. And to that we're gonna add a quarter cup of powdered sugar and then a quarter teaspoon of vanilla. And get that all mixed up to a nice spreadable consistency. There we go. Nice and smooth. Go ahead and get your cake all nice and frosted. And then for the whole butter from a bakery vibe, a little bit of extra carrot on top. There we go. Okay, now let's cut them open so you can see them on the inside. Here's our one from the oven. Nice cakey consistency. Get a little nibble off of here. Moist and all that good carrot cake flavor. Now for our one from the Instant Pot. This one's much denser. It still has those nice little air pockets like any other cake does. Little nibble of this one. While it's denser, this one is more moist to me. Either way, give it a shot. It's all cooking for one, no waste, and in this case, making your sweet tooth happy. Let me know how you like it.